I just had a fucking terrible shift. Absolutely fucking awful. It was terrible. I don't know, just from start to finish, it was just, and it was my first day because, well, you know, I thought it would go fine. I didn't think it would be so terrible, and it was just straight dog shit the whole fucking time. Oh my god. I got a job at an ice cream stand. I thought, you know, it should just be easy because all you do is just scoop ice cream. It's not exactly complicated. Because I got let go from my last job. I was messing around. Honestly, I deserve to be let go. I'm kind of glad. Let's kind of set up the camera here so it stops kind of jumping around. Anyway, it doesn't matter that I got fired from my last job. This new job, I thought, you know, it sounds easy. This girl who I went to high school with, she was like an ice cream girl or whatever. She worked in an ice cream stand. And, you know, I've never heard any issues with that position from her before. So I was like, this should be easy. Like, this is in the bag, really. But it was terrible. The whole shift was just terrible. There was not a single moment where I was like, you know what? I'm actually grateful for this job. Not a single moment. The second I got there, it was just torture. So I get there, and my boss, he's a total dick. He's a total dick. I know it's not hard to scoop ice cream, but, you know, I don't know the flavors or whatever. I don't know the procedures. There's no, you show up, and it's a small little stand, and there's no name tags for any of the flavors or anything like that. There's one little scoop, and there's no cup of water. I've been to an ice cream shop. You're supposed to, like, put it in water. There's no sink or anything, right? There's nothing. There's no rags. It's just this dinky little, I don't even know how I found this job offer to begin with. It might have been on Facebook or something. Now I don't even remember. I didn't even do an interview, really. I emailed the guy, because it told me to email, you know, whatever, San Craig, blah, 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 blah. I shouldn't use the real names. We're gonna bleep that out. And, you know, I was just like, hey, I saw your little ad, and I want a job. And he's like, sure, just pull up to my location. Which was weird, because, you know, I was expecting, like, I guess I thought, you know, I wasn't gonna work the same day I sent the email. But, you know, this was this morning. I sent the email this morning, and he was like, yeah, you're hired. So, I mean, I show up, and again, I'm telling you guys, I know nothing. My boss is just like, all right, you're done at, you know, 8:30 p.m. I'm here, by the way, it's like 11 a.m. So this is not no baby shift. This is 9 hours and a half of no breaks, by the way, he said. Super weird. I didn't even give him my address, so I don't know how he's gonna pay me. I don't know. I didn't give him a void check or anything. I really should have. My next shift, I'm sure he'll get me, because we haven't really, I don't even know how much I'm being paid. I have literally no idea. He hasn't told me anything. So I show up, and I'm like, well, do you have like some sort of, you know, uniform or something? You know, I don't know. I thought maybe there's like some shirt I'm supposed to be wearing, or some apron or something, you know, like anything. Give me something. And my boss is just like, no, it's chill. And then he started laughing. He's like, yeah, it's chill. And he points at the ice cream. He's like, get it? And now I'm fucking weirded out because what the, who is this guy? What am I doing here? And then he's like, oh, I'm just joking. Do you get it? I'm just joking. And he hands me this like disgusting shirt. It's white with a little ice cream in the middle, but it's like small. And you know, usually they put the logo, when the logo's this small, they kind of put it on the right side, my shirt is a good example. Actually on the left, like right above the left nipple. You know, like Ralph Lauren, how they have that little guy there? Like, that's how small the logo is for this ice cream place. And it's placed directly in the center of your chest. So it's already weird, and there's no text on it, and there's like a hole in the back. And there was a blood stain around the neck collar. And I was like, what the hell is that? I'm not wearing that. And he was like, no, it work. So this guy, totally weird. I'm like, nothing but red flags everywhere. So I was kind of ready to leave just then. So basically, all I've told you guys is how awful my boss is. The story hasn't, my job hasn't even started. My description hasn't even like begun. Begun, I don't know. So yeah, totally weird. He leaves. He's just like, you'll figure it out. It's some pretty basic stuff. And so I'm like, okay, great. I mean, great. And so there's like these, you know those little plastic spoons you give for like, you get when you test the flavors? Oh, I want to test this. And they give you a little plastic spoon and like a little custard cup, kind of, it looks like. You know, like those McDonald's ones that you pull out? Yeah. This guy had just the spoons and no cups at all. So I know sometimes they just scoop it with the spoon and they give you that little spoon. So I was like, okay, guess I'll just do that. But there's only like, I don't know, 22 of them. Like, I know it's a specific number. I know because I ran out like within the first hour. People love free samples, dude, and they don't even buy anything. This is the worst part. And now I kind of guess maybe why they didn't buy it for my stand, because I probably wouldn't buy it for my stand either, because this was kind of weird. But I'll get to that in a second. So I'm wearing this weird fucking shirt where I don't even know where he got it. And the logo on the shirt, it doesn't even match the one on the stand. It's like a different looking ice cream. I don't know, maybe it was from Walmart or something. But so this lady comes up, my first customer ever, by the way, at my new job. I'm nervous, so I kind of stutter. I'm like, hi, would you like ice cream? And she's like, well, duh. I was like, all right, okay. No need to be sassy. I'm like, what would you like? And she's like, well, what do you have? And I realized that I don't know. I don't know what I have. So I look into the the cart. This is like an outside cart. It's not like, this isn't like a shop or anything. And I have this dinky umbrella. It doesn't even open all the way. It's like, it's all rusty on the hinge part, kind of. It's not a hinge. It's like, you gotta, I don't know, the spring mechanism doesn't work, so you can't really, it doesn't lock up at the top, so it's kind of just sitting limp. But it kind of, anyway, I'm like, yeah, I don't know, do you want to try them? And she's like, you don't know your own flavors. And at this point, I was embarrassed. So I was like, no, I know them. I was just kidding, I guess, because I didn't know what to say. What am I supposed to say? Hey, yeah, I don't know anything, right? So I'm like, yeah, I just guessed. I was like, this one's vanilla, because it looked white. I was like, this is vanilla. This is, I don't know, one was red. I was like, this is strawberry. There was like 6 flavors, so it wasn't that many, but I don't know what they are. The yellow one, oh, it's pineapple or mango, pineapple mango. When you just say 2 things, people don't really care. Like, there's so many products that are described as 2 flavors, but it's really, you really only just kind of taste one. Like, you ever, buy some sort of smoothie or something. It's like, oh, this is a mix, strawberry, banana, blah, 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 blah. And then you only kind of just taste one fruit. So it doesn't even matter. So I told her, I kind of just started mixing, like, oh, this is vanilla yogurt. Now, one of them's got to be right. Like, what else can it be? What else? What ice cream? So, yeah, she sat there and she's like, well, I want a cone. Can I get it in a cone? And I was like, I'm sorry, but we don't have waffle cone, because we don't. And, at this point, I'm just tired. I'm already tired. She's like, I only want waffle cone. I'm not going to buy it if it's not waffle cone. Oh my God. And I'm like, we only have cups. I'm sorry. We only have fucking cups. Like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? It's like, people don't understand it. I'm not in charge. Like, really in charge. This isn't my stand. Okay, I'm not in charge of the supplies. Okay, I didn't prepare anything, because that wasn't part of my job description. And, you know, so I'm like, yeah, sorry, we only have cups. And she's like, well, fine, if you let me try some. And I was like, that's what I already asked you if you wanted to try some, and you said no. You said, okay, well, to be fair, I told her that I didn't know the flavors. But okay, listen. And anyway, so I gave her a spoon to try, like the little plastic one, and she spat it on the ground. She's like, let me try the vanilla one, and she spat it on the floor. I was shocked. She threw the spoon at my feet by the stand. At the stand, kind of. She said, this tastes like shit. She said, this tastes like shit. What the fuck? What am I supposed to do about that? So then she just turned around and walked away. And that's half of my interactions. That's half of my interactions at my new job. But now I have to go back because I need the money from my boss. So this other woman, you know, very large, by the way, a very large woman, extremely large. She was almost as big as the car. Okay, I'm sorry. I guess I'm not judging. I want to make sure this is like, some of you are probably just listening to this like it's an audiobook. You're not really looking at me. There's not much to look at. Like, I'm probably on the second monitor for you gamers. Or I don't know, maybe you're on the subway, you're going home, and you gotta tune in. But why was I even talking about any of that? What was my point there? Why did I say that? Anyway, oh yeah, because I was being descriptive of this lady. That's why. That's why I include details, because I know my audience. Or you're at work. Some of you some of you tune in at work. You know, good for you guys. Keeping it entertaining. Very large woman with these two little bratty kids. One of them was extremely bratty. The other one was just kind of annoying. I don't, you know, she wasn't, one of the kids was fine. The girl, she had a daughter and a son, I'm guessing. I don't even know if they're hers, you know, but they might as well be, because she wasn't that nice either. And what happened was, the kids just show up to the stand and just start pointing fingers. Can I try this one? Can I try this one? They asked to try like all 6 flavors at once. And I was like, guys, because at this point the mom was still like kind of far away, so I wasn't even sure if I should give these kids any to try, because what if they're not gonna buy anything? They're little kids. They don't even have money. And the son was so annoying. Can I try this one? No, this one. And he's like pushing his sister, like his hand is in her face, pushing her away. And I always feel bad because she doesn't deserve this. She doesn't deserve a crappy brother who treats her like dog shit. Come on, you know, where are your manners? And he doesn't even say please or anything. So I gave them both to try a flavor, and they didn't say it tasted terrible. They just said it wasn't great. He said, oh, I don't really like this one. This one's not so great. Okay. I don't need you to, why are you judging me? Like, why are you judging my flavors, really? Because I know he's not judging me, but by judging the flavors that I'm kind of giving, it feels like it's kind of, you know, kind of targeted. But anyway, what really annoyed me is, I guess my ice cream was good enough. One of the flavors, it was like this like kind of brown green one. The skateboarder is really just pissing me off because, yeah, never mind. They wanted to try a flavor, which is fine, you know, and like I was saying, they liked one of them enough to want to buy it. So I was in the process of selling them this one flavor, which I still don't know what it is. It could have been anything. It really could have been anything. So yeah, I was like, oh, okay, do you guys want 1 scoop or 2 scoops? And they're like, yeah, we want 2 scoops or whatever, you know, because each kid wanted 2 scoops is what I should be saying. But I was like, okay, sure, if you guys want 2 scoops, I can get you guys 2 scoops, no problem. And then I give them the 2 scoops, and the kid asks for a napkin, which surprisingly we had like 5 napkins, which is actually enough for the whole day because I only sold maybe 4 ice creams the whole day, so I don't even know how this is profitable, this business. I don't even think it is. Well, I know it's not, judging by my, you know, the fuck, by how many I sold today. What did I make? $15. He told me not to sell them for, he told me the ice cream is supposed to be like a budget, you know, option, kind of. Anyway, the kid asks for a napkin. I give him the napkin, and he just rubs it all over his mouth after he took one little, like, nibble, I guess. He kind of just, like, bit on the ice cream, which you're not really, you kind of lick it. It's not the hottest day today, but it was still pretty warm. He rubs it all over his mouth, and he just throws it at me. I'm like, thankfully it didn't actually like ricochet and hit like off me. It didn't actually touch my body, but I feel like that's what he was going for, and it landed like right on my kind of, I had the ice cream covered, thankfully. It would have landed right in there. And I was like, what are you doing? Pick that up right now, because you can't just disrespect me like that in front of in front of your mom. She didn't even say anything. She's just like, And I'm like, you gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of here, because the whole interaction was just awful. You know, I left this out earlier because I'm kind of, when he was asking for flavors, I'm like, you can only ask for 1 more, because he already asked for 4. He tried 4 different flavors. And he's like, no, I'm gonna try 1 more. Dude, you're not in charge here. Like, what's your leverage? What, are you gonna kill me if I don't give you another try? Like, hello? And his mom's like, oh, that's my boy. He wants his extra flavor. Get the fuck out of here. You can't just do that. So that really annoyed me. And this napkin throw was like a spit in the face. This was unacceptable. I was like, what the hell? It was just disrespect all day. That's what it felt like. All day was just me being disrespected for no reason. So, you know, I was like, you take that and you get out of here now. And he's like, can you just take it to the trash for me? What? Dude, I already... And, you know, there's so many, like, homeless people, I'm guessing, because, you know, well, they come up and they're like, can I try a flavor? And I'm like, sure. And I give them, this is like, you know, I'm running out of spoons at this point. And then they ask me for change. Like I'm paying you to try the ice cream. Like, it doesn't make any sense, because I'm not even making money, dude. You probably made more panhandling than I did all day selling. But it's not my fault. It's not my fault. You can't even, why even make the job offer to begin with? And I was closing, thankfully. Thank God the day ended. Thank God. And the key wasn't even working. I'm supposed to, like, lock the cart, but it wouldn't lock. He gave me a totally wrong key. It was like one of those keys with like 50 prongs on every side. And the lock was like this dinky little like luggage lock that you put on your suitcase when you go on vacation. It was everything about it was weird. I don't have this guy's phone number. My boss, I mean, I don't have anything. I just have his email. So I think I should just email him right now and ask kind of what's happening. I hopefully his car doesn't get stolen. There's like these brakes on the wheels that you can, like, you know, put down, but and like when you lock, it's supposed to keep the car from going anywhere, but I couldn't lock it. And I sent him an email earlier, but he didn't respond. He's like, who knows where this guy even went. I'm just oh my God, I just have such a... And, you know, I really told my mom that this is kind of a new start for me, because I lost my other job. I was like, Mom, I found somewhere, you know. And she's like, no, I doubt it. Who's going to hire you with a fucking ice cream? And I was like, you'll see. She's like, yeah, but you have nothing. So anyway, I guess that's all I wanted to talk about. Just my terrible day at work. I can never get one good day at work. So maybe I'll have to look for a new job. I don't know. I don't even know the wage for this one. So, I guess that's it, guys. I hope you guys are having a better day than me, because I'm having a terrible day.